Somebody in your feed right now is selling you something they have never touched. They have never seen it, never held it. It is not in their room, not in their garage, not in a warehouse they own. They found a photo of it online, put a price on it, and paid to show it to you. If you tap buy, they take your $30, send about 9 of it to a factory in China, and keep the rest. That is dropshipping. And it is completely legal. But here's the part that never makes it into the thumbnail. That business, the one that sounds like free money, quietly loses money for most of the people who try it. Not because they are lazy, because of one number they never checked before they started. So let me walk you through the whole thing. How the money actually moves, why it breaks, and who is really getting paid. Start with a normal shop. A normal shop buys 500 units of something, pays for all of them up front, and stacks them somewhere. Their risk is obvious. Their money is sitting in boxes, and if nobody wants the thing, that money is stuck. A dropshipper skips that entire step. They build a store, usually on Shopify. They connect an app that pulls product listings straight from a supplier, often AliExpress. The product page on their store is a photo and a price. Nothing behind it. Then you buy. Your order automatically forwards to the supplier. The supplier packs it, labels it, and ships it directly to your door. The person who sold it to you never sees the package. They never even know what the box looks like. So what are they actually selling you? Not the product. The factory already had the product. They are selling attention. They are standing in the gap between a factory that has no idea how to reach you and a customer who has no idea that factory exists. That gap is the entire business. Close the gap, and there is no business at all, which sounds great until you look at what standing in that gap actually costs. Here's the number that kills it. And I want you to hold on to it because everything else follows from this one thing. Advertising on Meta, which is Instagram and Facebook, costs online stores somewhere around $1 per click. That is the recent industry benchmark. And out of every 100 people who click through to an online store, the median that actually buys something is somewhere between 1 and 2. Sit with that. You pay for 100 clicks. That is $100. Out of those 100 people, 1 buys. Maybe 2 if you are good. So one sale just cost you somewhere between $50 and $100 in ads. Now go back to the product. It cost $9. You sold it for $30. Your gross profit is $21. $21 in, $60-something out. You just lost about $40 on a sale you were celebrating, and that is before the rest of it. Shopify is around $40 a month. The payment processor takes roughly 3% of every order plus a flat fee. Then there are refunds. Then there is the customer who ordered on the 4th, waited 26 days, got a thin plastic bag with writing they cannot read, and called their bank to reverse the charge. Do you see what makes this so brutal? You are not sitting there with 0 sales, knowing it failed. You have orders, notifications going off, money moving through your account. It looks exactly like a business that is working. You are just going broke faster the more of it you do. That is the trap. Volume feels like proof. It is not proof of anything. So then how does anybody make this work? Because some people genuinely do. There are only 3 levers. 3. Everything else is noise. Lever 1, make clicks cheaper. Instead of paying $1 a click, you make short videos yourself and get the traffic free. That is why every dropshipper you see is suddenly a content creator. They are not doing it for fun. Free traffic is the only version of this where the math starts out in your favor. Lever 2. Get more of the people who click to actually buy. That means a product that solves something real. A store that does not look like it was built in an afternoon, and reviews that are not obviously fake. Lever 3. Make each sale worth more. Charge more, bundle things, or get the same person to come back and buy again. A customer who orders 3 times is 3 sales for the price of 1. That is the whole game. Cheaper clicks, better conversion, bigger order value. Notice what is not on that list. Finding the winning product. The magic item that sells itself. That is the thing every single course leads with, and it is the least important part of the machine. Which brings us to the 4th way to make money in dropshipping. The one that actually works reliably almost every time. You stop selling products, you start selling the dream of selling products. In May of 2025, the Federal Trade Commission shut down a company called Ecommerce Empire Builders. They sold training programs for close to $2,000 and done-for-you online storefronts for as much as $35,000. The pitch was $10,000 a month in profit. According to the FTC's complaint, that profit never showed up, and plenty of customers ended up worse off than when they started. The owner was permanently banned from selling business opportunities with a judgment against him of nearly $10 million. That is not an isolated case. In 2024, the FTC went after an operation called FBA Machine, which promised guaranteed money from AI-powered online storefronts and allegedly took over $15 million from people. Earlier, a company called Seller's Playbook was accused of advertising figures like $20,000 a month. The FTC ended up mailing refund checks to victims averaging just under $3,000 each. Look at what all of them were actually selling. Not products, courses, mentorships, pre-built stores. Their customer was never a shopper. Their customer was you. And here is why that model works so well for them. Remember lever 1? Cheaper clicks? A course seller does not have a $9 product with a $21 margin. They have a $2,000 product that costs them almost nothing to deliver. They can afford to pay $100 for a click. You cannot. That is the real asymmetry, and it is why they will always outbid you for the same eyeballs. One more thing, because I would rather be straight with you. You have probably heard that 90% of dropshippers fail. I went looking for where that number comes from. It is blogs quoting blogs quoting blogs. No study, no data set, no source. So I am not going to repeat it at you. Here is what is actually documented. Margins in this model are thin. Ad costs are real and rising, and the FTC keeps busting people for promising income they could not back up. That is more than enough to make the point without inventing a statistic. So what do you do with all this? If you want to try it, try it. It is a legitimate business model, and real brands have grown out of it. But run the number before you spend €1 or $1 on anything. Write down 3 things. What the product costs you, what you will sell it for, what one sale costs you in advertising. If that third number is bigger than the gap between the first 2, you do not have a business yet. You have an expensive hobby. Test with $100, not $1,000. And if somebody offers to hand you a done-for-you store, notice something simple. They chose to sell you a store instead of running one. And if you are just the person scrolling, you can read the ads now. Product on a plain white background. 60% off, timer counting down. Brand name you have never heard of. Every review posted in the same month. That is not a shop. That is a landing page sitting on top of a factory listing you could have found yourself. Somebody in your feed is selling you something they have never touched. Now you know exactly what they are actually selling, and exactly how much it cost them to put it in front of you.